Governor Soludo flags off distribution of free insecticide-treated nets in Anambra State. ABS SUM Academy graduates more students. Federal government unveils plans to increase cocoa production. Train accident kills 7 people in Iran. Before the news in detail, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. My name is Uche Chukwu Ibunam. Thank you so much for joining us on the news. And now the stories for tonight. In a bid to combat malaria in Anambra State, the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has flagged off the distribution of free insecticide-treated nets, ITN, in the state. This event was organized by the Anambra State Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health and Malaria Consortium. Correspondent Valentine Mbadawa reports.
The governor during the flag-off noted that the main aim of the flag-off is to kickstart desensitization on the need for families to key into the exercise to achieve its purpose. While noting that the exercise is part of the efforts of the state government to achieve a healthier Anambra, Governor Soludo maintained his resolve to give Indian Anambra a quality and affordable health care. He stressed the need for Indian Anambra to be part of the health project by ensuring that their environments are clean at all times.
The food distribution is still down the road, but we need to start, we're flagging this up early enough to start the campaign of the sensitization program so that people know what is coming, how it will be done, and so on and so forth, because the distribution time will be a short one. And I appreciate you for coming. Health is wealth. This is part of the program for healthy living.
The Minister for Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, represented by Mrs. Hope Oboko, said that the target is to fight against malaria using preventive measures. He thanked the wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, for accepting to be the Anambra State Net Ambassador, noting that her role is critical to the malaria control crusade in Anambra State, and called on everyone to play a role for a malaria-free Anambra State.
This occasion is apt and it marks an important step in the efforts of the federal government and its partners to ensure access to every citizen to high-impact malaria intervention, including ITNs. This round of mass campaign in Anambra State, we continue with the use of technology. This is to improve efficiency, transparency, and accountability of the ITN distribution. I call on you to spread the news about the ITN campaign to every nook and cranny of the state and encourage collection and use of the ITNs.
Also speaking, Dr. Afam Banefo, the Commissioner for Health, Anambra State, in his address commended the efforts of the state governor towards providing Indian Anambra with best health care services and assured the purpose of the treated nets will be achieved, but harped on the need for collaborative efforts.
Professor Chukwuma Soludo led that mission will continue to ensure that our people have access to quality health care, irrespective of their socio-economic status. Considering the fact that there is still so much to be done, and with God Almighty, this administration will bring a blueprint of health.
National Coordinator, National Malaria Elimination Program, Dr. Perpetua Uhumoibi, represented by Olam Peleke Olufunke, noted that the exercise is targeted towards ensuring that every citizen of Nigeria and the benefiting state is protected from malaria through the ownership and use of insecticide-treated nets. The Malaria Consortium West and Central Africa Program Director, Dr. Kolawole Maxwell, emphasized that Malaria Consortium is concerned with disease control and better health, and assured that they will ensure seamless and effective distribution of the 3.8 million insecticide-treated nets across the states. The event was attended by the members of the State Executive Council, some members of the State House of Assembly, including the Speaker, Right Honorable Uchenna Okafor, Anambra State Head of Service, Barrister Theodora Igwebe, traditional rulers led by the Chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, Presidents General of Communities across the state, led by the Asatu National President, Barrister Titus Abudo, the Ohaneze Ndigbo National Vice President, Chief Damian Okeko Gene, and the Ohaneze Ndigbo Anambra State Chapter President, Chief Emeka Udodeme, women and health practitioners, among others. Decoration of Mrs. Nonya Soludo as the net ambassador and a demonstration on how to use the treated nets for effectiveness by Mrs. Nonya Soludo, as well as symbolic presentation of the insecticide-treated nets by the governor to some of the beneficiaries, climaxed the event held at Dr. Alex Ekweme Square, Oka. In Oka, Valentine Bada reporting, Phoebus News.
His objective of ensuring transparency and fairness to all, Anambra State Governor Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, has directed a repeat of the online recruitment exam for teachers in Anambra State. A release signed by Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Christian Aburime, said, Governor Soludo has therefore graciously directed the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumaude, to conduct a repeat of the exercise to make up for the shortfall in the Saturday 4th of June preliminary teachers recruitment examination. We have details.
The release also stated that Governor Soludo further directed that all expenses for the tests will be covered by the government. Recall that teachers' recruitment examinations were held in the state on Saturday, June 4, 2022. The test was conducted in line with the resolve of Professor Soludo and his administration for strengthening and repositioning the education sector in the state. It tallies with the conviction of the governor that education remains a veritable equipment for enhanced living and building a better society. To ensure transparency in the exercise, steps were taken by the Ministry of Education charged with the responsibility. The ministry received over 40,000 applications and listed about 31,800 qualified applicants after reviews. Applicants considered too old for civil service, graduates without NYSC discharge certificates or exemption letter, and other deficiencies were disqualified. Against the proposed 5,000 qualified applicants to be shortlisted for CBT exam, the governor directed that all the over 31,000 listed applicants should be given equal chance to participate in the preliminary online exam before shortlisting the successful applicants for second CBT exam. Other measures necessary to attain reliability and credibility of the tests were taken. There were, however, reported mix-up arising from the online examination site that were not intended. It is in a bid to make up and ensure that all eligible candidates are carried along that the governor has approved a repeat of the exercise. He assures Ndi Anambra their interests will be protected at all time by his administration.
In line with state government's objective of ensuring transparency and fairness to all, Governor Soludo has directed a repeat of the recruitment examination for teachers in the state. Speaking to journalists, Anambra State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumaude, said the receipt examination will now take place on Saturday, 11 June 2022 at designated centers. Education correspondent Theophilus Okoha completes the report.
Commissioner Chumaude said, in line with the state government determination to fill the gap of teachers in the state education sector, reposition and enhance the quality of teaching and learning, qualified teachers are to be recruited. Hence, the online recruitment examination held last week.
On the day of the exam, I came naturally the way I do my exams. I came with the exam questions on the morning of the examination, and we uploaded. The upload was completed exactly on the 5 minutes to the exam, and the exam started. 35 minutes into the examination, the hosting company started flashing cyber attacks. From that 35 minutes to 50 minutes when they eventually shut their server, they had over 74 cyber attacks. That is people trying to hack the platform. So at the end of it all, some people were logged out, some started, they could not finish. Then there were also others who complained genuinely about network. So we decided to take our records to the governor. At the end of it all, the ESCO agreed with Mr. Governor that the exams should be redone.
Commissioner Uday said the purported mix-ups arising from the online examination site were not intended, rather was as a result of cyber interference from fraudulent individuals who planned to manipulate the exercise. She, however, said the state governor has no choice candidate as everyone qualified will be given equal opportunity to retake the examination come Saturday 11th June 2022 at different designated centers, being that the last examination was cancelled. The commissioner therefore assures the Anambra that their interests will be protected at all times.
Today, we are starting the journey afresh. I have invited the CBT owners to a meeting. After this interview now, I'll hold a meeting with them, decide on the modalities for the exam, and then maybe by Saturday, the exams will be redone again. This time around, it will be a CBT exam. So we are going to divide people into groups, tell them which center they will go to. So what they should naturally look out for is the center where they are scheduled to take the exam. So on the morning of that day, you pick your bags, get into the center, and take your exams. At the end of the exam, copy your score or phones are not allowed in, so copy your score.
Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
Right away from that, the Anambra Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Nwosu, has charged new sets of graduates trained in broadcasting, journalism and film production related courses at the ABS Film Academy to put the garnered skills to productive use. Correspondent Kenneth Chukwuchukwu covered the graduation ceremony and now reports.
Of the courses which the academy students studied for 2 months were acting, cinematography, broadcast journalism, photography and film editing, amongst other courses. Speaking during the event, the commissioner, represented by the acting managing director of ABS, Mr. Okpaleze, explained that the students have been given practical training on choosing courses away from theory to make sure that quality knowledge was impacted on the students, and emphasized that such training will help lift the youths out of poverty through skills they acquired. He charged the youth to make good use of the skills to add value to their lives and the society at large, assuring that the Film Academy will continue to offer more opportunities to young people while appreciating those who have partnered with ABS Film Academy.
The students were testifying with regards to the quality of the knowledge they garnered. You heard somebody say that she came in here empty, but after 2 months, she can direct, she can act, she can script write. What else do we need? People are already, because what we are doing here is not theory. What we are imparting on them is the practical aspect of it. We're exposing them to the camera, we're exposing them to shooting, telling them the concept of lighting, telling them the concept of broadcasting, the studio etiquette, and all things like this. And you can see that they have programs already that are selling like hot cake in the market. We are very happy that that is coming from the Anambra Broadcasting Service Film Academy.
The director of ABS Film Academy, Mr. Pascal Osubo, said it's a thing of joy to see students graduate successfully as they have through practical training been given the best in their chosen course of study, and noting that some of the students have already been selected for some major movie auditioning they have participated in.
It's always a thing of joy to see the people that you have taught and impacted and come out successful, and I would say I'm very happy that the students are finally through with their 2 months training. It wasn't easy because it's very difficult when you're teaching people from the scratch, people that have no idea of what they came in to study. They've only just been hearing about it, so they had the opportunity to experience what they've been hearing of and practicalize it. So it was challenging and as well educative that we had to successfully conclude this 2 months training, and the students came out wonderful.
Also speaking, Mr. Nonso Ezenia, who is the Director of Media and Publicity for Senator Stella Odua, the senator representing Anambra North Senatorial District, who sponsored over 200 students at the training, noted that in this era when employment is very difficult to come by, it is important to empower the youths with requisite skills to be able to add value to the society while also earning money for themselves legitimately.
When we heard about these courses being offered by the ABS Film Academy, she asked that we get 100 persons from each of the 7 local governments, not just 100 persons, 100 interested persons who are passionate about this. And at the end of the day, well, we did not get up to that 700, but these are the students. And I must commend the ABS Film Academy, because the testimonies we're receiving, the feedback we're getting from the students, it's just simply mind-blowing. They've been taught various courses on cinematography, acting, script writing, you name it. Now, check the world today. There are simply no jobs. There are no jobs out there. So whatever you get to your pocket is what you make for yourself.
Some of the best and award-winning graduating students, including Mr. John Obiora and Ms. Amaka Chinweze, expressed happiness for having completed their courses and appreciated Senator Odua for her support, noting that the training has given them a boost to achieve great feats. The event also featured presentation of certificates to graduating and best students by the Director of Administration, ABS, Lady Tina Ekenta, her Programs Department counterpart, Mrs. Nneka Ekunife, and Mr. Paul Okoye of Engineering Unit. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for EBS News.
Still to come in the news. Federal government unveils plans to increase cocoa production. Train accident kills 7 people in Iran. Well, here's a special message. Indiana Anambra cannot allow criminal elements to hold the state and the people to ransom. Donate generously to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, which has been set up to raise money for combating insecurity in the state. The news will be right back after the break.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113.
Welcome back from that. Back to the news. The federal government has unveiled plans to increase the production of cocoa from the present 340,000 tons to 500,000 tons by 2024. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar, stated this in Abuja, while explaining that Nigeria was ranked number 4 among cocoa-producing countries in the world. Abubakar assured that the country can achieve an increase in cocoa production based on the present drive of the federal government and relevant stakeholders towards utilization of improved varieties. He noted that the utmost importance is traceability and transparency in the cocoa sector, national cocoa farm irrigation, improvement of the cocoa sector through research, input delivery, production, value addition, processing, and export. And on business, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund see prospects in the removal of trade barriers and incentives for higher production as the risk of stagflation spreads across the global community. This comes as the World Bank raises Nigeria's 2022 economic growth prospects to 3.4% to 0.9 percent points higher than 2.5% contained in its January global economic prospects. The growth is expected to slow down to 3.2% next year through 2024, which is also higher than its earlier position by 40 basis points. The World Bank's June Global Economic Prospects report says rising inflation and policy tightening are offsetting the impact of favorable commodity prices on the economy of Nigeria. The World Bank says countries must brace up for the threat of stagflation, but notes that an increase in production and reduction of trade restrictions could help to moderate the prices of essentials and save the situation. It called on countries to reduce trade barriers as deliberate actions to prevent supply chain disruptions. And from Iran, 17 people have died after a passenger train derailed in eastern Iran, the semi-official Fars news agency has said, while over 50 passengers were seriously injured. The number of casualties could rise, though initial details about Wednesday's disaster involving a train reportedly carrying some 350 passengers remained unclear. 4 of the 7 carriages in the train derailed in the early morning darkness near the desert city of Tabas, Iranian state television reported. Tabas is some 550 kilometers southeast of the capital, Tehran. Rescue teams with ambulances and helicopters have arrived in the remote area where communication is poor. At least 16 people suffered critical injuries, with some transferred to local hospitals, officials said. Iran, already straining under United States sanctions over its collapsed nuclear deal, has been mourning the deaths of at least 41 people killed in a building collapse in the country's southwest. And on sports, the Nigerian Football Federation has reiterated that tomorrow's 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifying encounter between the Super Eagles and the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, will be played without fans in the stands. NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohamed Sanusi said the situation is a consequence of the one-match ban placed on the country by World Football Governing Body FIFA over the fracas that followed the end of 2022 FIFA World Cup playoff round against the Black Stars of Ghana in March. The Super Eagles take on the Lone Stars at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, in a day one game of the 2023 African Cup of Nations starting from 5 p.m. tomorrow. 4 days later, they tackle the Falcons and True Patriots of Sao Tome and Principe at the 45,000 capacity ground stadium of Agadir in southern Morocco, while CAF has appointed Ivorian officials to take charge of the encounter. In Abuja, Liberian officials led by referee Hassan Korner will oversee the match in Agadir on Monday. Before we go, remember that you can follow news and program on ABS TV from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television, Oka. You can as well follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. For live streaming service and for all events, call us on 0703-249-8150, 0803-383-2326 or 0803-388-8526. And now the main points that made the news. Governor Soludo has flagged off distribution of free insecticide-treated nets in Anambra State. ABS Film Academy has graduated more students. Federal government has unveiled plans to increase cocoa production. And finally, we told you that in Iran, train accident has killed 7 people. Before we go, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Uche Chukwu. But that's all of the news tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good night.
Elohim Youth Conference to empower youth and the youth at heart. Date Thursday 9th to Saturday 11th June 2022. Venue Civic Center, Nibo, Anambra State. Time 4 p.m. Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Personal counseling and deliverance Friday 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Ministering Venerable Dr. Moses Omeke, Pastor Eleta